talk about
1241.
Dr. Frank's pain relief really works.
Sick of traveling for meetings? Tired of paying through the nose for gas and airfare? Fed up with never getting enough work done? Then do more and travel less with GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting is the award-winning online service that lets you hold meetings with people in multiple locations, right from your computer. All you need is an internet connection and a phone. Just log on to GoToMeeting.com and start your conference call. Attendees join online and see everything that's on your computer screen. Give presentations, product demos, training sessions, and more. Hold as many meetings as you want for one low flat rate. Do more and travel less with GoToMeeting. Try GoToMeeting right now free. Visit GoToMeeting.com and use promo code Fox News.
And welcome to a special election night edition of Hannity and Combs and our continued coverage of the Indiana and North Carolina primaries. Here is where things stand in North Carolina. Fox News called the race right as the polls closed. Senator Barack Obama is the big winner after getting strong support from African-American voters. And in the state of Indiana, the race at this hour remains again too close to be called. And we are monitoring the results from Lake County in northwest Indiana. We're going to bring you the latest developments as we have them tonight. But joining us first, our own Chris Wallace, the host of Fox News Sunday, and the architect, Karl Rove. They're in the strategy room tonight. Guys, take it away.
And thanks so much. Yes, let's talk, Karl. Fox News is not prepared at this point to project Indiana. As we see with 95% of the vote in, Clinton has a lead of slightly less than 17,000. What's your gut tell you?
Narrow victory for one or the other, but probably for her. And I say that only because in Lake County, when there was 28% of the vote in, mostly Gary, Obama was getting 75% of the vote in the county. With 57% of the precincts now reporting, he's getting 65% of the vote in the county, which means, everything outside of Gary is much better for her. And she needs to keep him 60% or under in order to narrowly win the state.
I want to pick up on something that Sean and Alan and the others were talking about before. Let's just presume, and I think there is an increasing presumption tonight, that Obama is going to end up as a Democratic nominee. Obama, McCain. There are these big hot-button issues that have been out there the last few weeks. Obama's 20-year relationship with Jeremiah Wright, his relationship with the 60s radical William Ayers, and the picture that just came out of Ayers standing on the American flag. In the general election, whether McCain brings it up or independent groups bring it up, is that still toxic as it has been now? Or is it sort of old news and people sort of say, I already know that and I processed it?
Yeah, Wright is a problem for Obama because the continuing question is, why did you have a 20-year association with this man if he was doing these kind of things? And he himself, in his interview with you, validated it as a
Obama
validated.
We'd be happy to have Wright on as well.
Yeah, well, Obama validated it as a legitimate issue in the campaign. The Ayers thing is not yet fully developed. The question is, look, Ayers is a really bad person. Bragged about his actions, said he didn't do enough, wish he'd done more. Apparently heartfelt, standing on the American flag, says ugly things about the country. The question is, how much of a relationship do they have? They are friendly. They know each other. They served on a board together. Obama did seek his support when he began his political career running for the state Senate. Apparently Ayers hosted a coming out party for him when he began to run. But the question is, what is the relationship there? There's not enough yet for people to say, as they can say about Wright, he was your pastor, he married you, baptized your kids, and you were with him for 20 years.
But assuming that Wright doesn't come out again, as he did at the National Press Club, and that, of course, isn't necessarily a good assumption. He may, he's like a ticking time bomb for the Obama campaign. But assuming there's no new oxygen to the story, is it still got legs in September or October of this fall?
Sure, somebody can turn it into a television advertisement and it becomes an issue. And look, it is if you build your campaign on judgment, as Senator Obama does, he constantly has better judgment than his opponents, whether they're McCain or Obama or anybody else, then you do get a chance to question his judgment about this long-time relationship.
Sean, I know you want in on the conversation.
No, listen, we've been following both these issues very closely. Carl, I want to follow up on one little point here, because I agree with your analysis that I don't think the heirs issue has fully played itself out. And more specifically, when the American people see that he was at war with the United States, he bragged about and takes credit for and is unrepentant about bombing the Pentagon, bombing the Capitol, bombing New York City police headquarters. They sat on boards, they gave speeches together. Why do I think most Americans, if they knew that background and history, they wouldn't even shake hands with the person? And I don't think most people are aware of it yet. Are you?
Yeah. No, they're not aware of it, and look, we need to know more about it before they start getting the same. We've been subjected to one standard with regard to right. They want to have that same standard met with regard to heir. So it's going to require a lot more digging by people to get into the relationship, and then you need to find a way to frame it up for the American people to understand. But again, these troubling associations, you saw tonight, Senator Obama understands they are a problem. He talked about them. He used the word associations. He used the word distraction or distracting. He's getting prepared for it because he knows it's a problem.
Hey, Carl, it's Alan, and Chris, it's Alan. If this were truly a problem for Barack Obama, and if he had not come out and addressed it as well as he had, wouldn't that be evident by some of the results tonight? And we see him doing better than expected in North Carolina, closer than expected in Indiana. So doesn't that show that perhaps it's not as damaging to him as we might have thought it could be?
I'd make 2 points. First of all, I think this is an issue that has more salience in the general election than it does in the primary. The other thing that I'd make the point is it is having an impact. We're seeing it, I think, in the divide between white-collar Democrats and the more affluent Democrats who are more forgiving of his associations. And we're also seeing it in these numbers. Now, I know Bob Beckel, whom I have a great deal of respect for, disagrees with me about this. But when in these polls, you have in Indiana, nearly half the Clinton supporters saying they're not today prepared to vote for Barack Obama, and having that number repeated in North Carolina, that is a problem for the Democrats.
Yeah.
With Obama as a prospective nominee, you don't want to have a minority, a plurality, 48% of the Democrats saying they're prepared to vote for you who supported Clinton, and a majority of those who said they voted for Clinton either ready to vote for McCain or saying that they're going to sit it out. Now, I know a great number of them will not by the end of the campaign. A great number of them will be supporting Senator Obama, but those are very high numbers, particularly when he is on the verge of winning the nomination.
Hey, Carl, I was watching both you and Chris Wallace earlier in the evening tonight, and you had said probably as we look at the delegate count by the end of the night that it would probably be pretty much a wash. It seems now it may be a little bit more in Senator Barack Obama's favor. He did a little bit better than I think people expected. It's an expectations game. But I want to ask you this question, because it's clear from both Hillary Clinton's comments tonight and the interview that we had with Terry McAuliffe on the Fox News channel earlier tonight that they are prepared to use the nuclear option and that they are going to fight very hard to seat these delegations in Florida and Michigan. First of all, do you think they could be successful? And then if they are, what impact does it have on the Democratic Party as they head into their convention?
Well, I think they might be able to be successful in the unimportant venue, that is to say the Rules Committee. They may be able, because of the structure of the Rules Committee, to get that issue passed through the Rules Committee to their satisfaction. Rules Committee saying, please seat Florida and Michigan. However, they're not going to be successful in the Credentials Committee. The Credentials Committee has 25 members who are appointed by Howard Dean. They're completely loyal to Howard Dean. The balance of the members, and it's like I got 180 members, so there are 150 some odd members who are apportioned between the presidential candidates based on their share of the delegates. So there will be a slight plurality of Obama delegates who are clearly going to link up with the Dean delegates to enforce Howard Dean's rule, which is death penalty for Michigan and Florida. Now, they may try and find some face-saving way to send some delegates from those states eventually to the Denver Convention. I think they've absolutely got to. But if they hang tough in the Howard Dean position, then these states are not going to be admitted. Even if they were admitted, they're only going to close the gap by about 50 or 55 delegates, which is a chunk, but not enough where we're likely to find ourselves.
All right, guys. Carl, thank you. Good seeing you, Chris. Thank you both very much. Coming up, our special late-night edition of Hannity and Combs continues. Frank Luntz joins our conversation with an inside look at tonight's results. Coming up.
A Factor exclusive. First, there was Hillary. Now comes McCain. Everything's on the table. 2 heavyweights, 1 unforgettable interview. O'Reilly, Thursday.
America is getting fresher, one house at a time. Swiffer WetJet helps eliminate odors with the refreshing scent of Febreze Citrus and Light. And Swiffer WetJet has an antibacterial solution that kills 99.9% of bacteria mops can spread around. Your house will be as fresh as a spring day. I smell a winner. For a $5 coupon, visit Swiffer.com.
Mother's Day is May 11th. Give the unexpected, a personalized Vermont teddy bear. Call today or visit VermontTeddyBear.com and order the perfect gift for the mom in your life. Don't send flowers, send her an authentic Vermont teddy bear. With over 100 handmade bears like the Mother and Cub set or the Mama's Boy, Vermont teddy bears are made to order, guaranteed for life, and prices start at just $49. Order now and receive guaranteed overnight delivery. Mother's Day is right around the corner, so give her the gift she'll love forever. Act now.
On your right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Without them, we didn't think you'd believe it was Nevada. There's more to Nevada than fabulous Las Vegas. There are miles of stunning adventure terrain, stages where you can shine. See for yourself. Go online to order your Nevada visitor package today.
If you owe taxes or are facing an IRS lien or wage garnishment, here's important news for you. Now there's a new program that will immediately end wage garnishments, remove IRS liens, and eliminate IRS tax penalties. Call right now to enroll in the Rapid Relief Program from Advantage Tax Resolution and have your tax liabilities reduced by up to 90%.
Hi, I'm Corbin Burnson for Advantage Tax Resolution. You know, tax problems can strike at any time, even if you've done nothing wrong. Advantage Tax Resolution was founded to help people just like you resolve your tax problems permanently.
I'd never been able to take on the IRS myself, but I got help. I had my tax lien removed and my debt reduced 90%.
Call right now to enroll in the new Rapid Relief Tax Resolution Program.
It's the last call you'll need to make about your taxes.
Call to find out more information about Advantage Tax Resolution's Rapid Relief Program. Call 800-985-7479.
It's 11 minutes after the hour Eastern Standard Time. It's 11 minutes after the hour 10 Pacific Time, and Fox News is now prepared to make a call in the state of Indiana. And standing by for the Fox News channel, our own Shepard Smith. He is in the strategy room. It's been a long night, Shep. What do we have?
Sean, Fox News now projects Senator Hillary Clinton has won the state of Indiana by the slimmest of slim margins. You know that it all came down to Lake County. It's been razor thin throughout the night. And our decision team has now concluded that Fox News can project Hillary Clinton will win the state of Indiana. Here are the latest numbers as we've gotten them. 637,389 for Senator Clinton. Barack Obama with 615,370. That's with 100% of the precincts reporting. Karl Rove is here with us, and we've been going over these numbers. Karl, it looks like Lake County, the early numbers that came in were from the city of Erie. Gary, it is late, and we moved from there, and the percentages got smaller.
Yeah, when we got to 57% of the vote, which was the last big chunk, Obama's margin had dropped to 65. Now that we got 99% in, his number has dropped to 55. So
what does this mean going forward? Does her narrative hold up?
Well, she's got a win of 20,000 votes, so there's probably still one small county still out in the bottom of the state, which will probably add to her numbers a little bit. Yeah, she's got another county in the southern part of the state, Union County, that'll add to her numbers. So it's 20-some-odd thousand votes.
3 a.m. we're expecting Union County numbers. They were having some computer problems in Union County, and every indication we've been given is that 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time we'll be able to get those numbers, so an hour and 45 minutes from now. But Hillary Clinton's won it. Fox News can project it, so we didn't have a Dewey Truman moment when she spoke earlier tonight, but that does that. Next week it's West Virginia, and that's another big Hillary Clinton win. Sean Hannity, Alan Combs, back to you.
All right, Shep, and we thank Carl, and we welcome Frank Luntz, pollster Frank Luntz, to our proceedings here. You surprised?
I am somewhat surprised at the poor showing of Senator Clinton, to use Rick Santorum's slogan or his language. The other shoe dropped tonight. Hillary Clinton had to do as well as Barack Obama did in Indiana. She did not. Democrats are watching this right now. They see what has happened. Her speech was not as effective as Obama. She's doing no events tomorrow. This is clearly the campaign of something that is unwinding.
But you are, of course, the words that work guy. You watch the speeches. I thought Barack Obama was being very gracious, almost as though he had decided he's got this thing. He can be gracious toward Hillary Clinton and even toward John McCain, and we're going to have an inclusive party and all come together in the fall. That was an interesting speech to be made on a primary night.
Now watch this. See, I'm hoping that we get the picture to come up with this. What Obama does is, once again, he's got two teleprompters, one far left and one far right. He never looks straight ahead as he delivers his speech. He talked about how this isn't about Clinton or Obama, it's about you, that this campaign is about a higher purpose. Also very important because that transcends
By the way, Hillary said the same
politics.
thing, same line, it's about you.
But the way that Obama did it was more effective. He's saying he left the America part, but he talked about a united Democratic Party. He was very gracious. I still think that his traditional anti-corporate rhetoric will play well with the middle class, but he was talking about middle-class tax cuts. This is a guy who's going after the middle-class vote. He's already beginning the general election campaign, and based on tonight's results,
he's going after that. But, I mean, if we look at the demographics, bottom line, Frank, here, I mean, they pretty much remain the same here. He's attracting young voters. He's attracting African-American voters, more the elite of the party. She has, and the only reason she pulled out this victory tonight, I think you can argue, is she's getting more, quote, conservative Reagan Democrats. And I think she's going to do well in states like Kentucky and West Virginia that are remaining here because they're very representative of what we've seen in Ohio and what we've seen in Pennsylvania, where she's done well.
Let's be specific. They're white, they're working class, and they're industrial states like Pennsylvania, Ohio. Some of them are in Indiana. I'm watching Michigan as well. A Republican cannot win without winning the state of Ohio. A Republican cannot win without winning the state of Florida. Right now, there is a difference between Obama and Clinton. Clinton does run better than Obama against John McCain, but Obama's message has clearly won tonight. The numbers aren't there anymore. You know that on this show, I've defended her right to stay in. I've actually applauded the campaign that she's run in the language that she has used. But tonight, it's over.
But tonight,
it's done.
It is and it isn't, because she said in her speech, and Terry McAuliffe, right here on the Fox News channel earlier tonight, Terry McAuliffe said she is winning the popular vote. For him to arrive at that math, Terry McAuliffe is adding Michigan, and Terry McAuliffe is adding Florida. Wait, hang on a sec. If, in fact, this is the nuclear option, if, in fact, they want to create more chaos and they want to take this to the convention, I think there's going to be a case that can be made. And Doug Wilder's the one that predicted that, in fact, it'll be worse than 1968 if that happens.
If this is new math, it's no wonder that everyone's going to private schools these days. The math doesn't
Wait a minute. The math does work in terms of popular vote, and very specifically Florida, because they were both on the ballot. He pulled himself off the ballot in Michigan. So she has a case to be made that she does have the popular vote, regardless of what the rules were,
Sean,
if they moved up their primary dates.
That's what she does to deny young voters their voice, to deny African Americans their voice, to deny all these new people who came into the party. If you deny those people, you split the Democratic Party unlike it has ever been split before.
Listen, if our good friend Rush Limbaugh has instituted Operation Chaos, when you look at the numbers tonight, all Republicans that got involved, 53-45 went to Hillary. Can a case be made that without Rush Limbaugh's and pushing of Operation Chaos that this wouldn't have happened tonight?
Well, I think Republicans are getting now battered on all ends. They don't know which side to vote for.
If Operation Chaos were working, wouldn't there be more votes for Hillary?
She might. Well, that's the point. She wouldn't have pulled it.
It was without close to anybody.
No, without his vote, she wouldn't have made it. That's the point.
The only chaotic thing that happened tonight was Bill Clinton standing behind Hillary.
We got a lot more to come.
That was a mistake.
And Fox News projecting that, in fact, in a very close vote, Hillary Clinton has, in fact, pulled out a squeaker in the state of Indiana. So are Hillary and Barack appealing to different demographics? We're going to analyze the exit polls next, and we'll find out who appeals to more voters. Straight ahead.
Thank them for giving us a victory in a big state. in a swing state, in a state where we will compete to win if I am the Democratic nominee for president of the United States.
A Factor exclusive. First, there was Hillary. Now comes McCain. Everything's on the table. Two heavyweights. One unforgettable interview. O'Reilly, Thursday.
Why are pets everywhere feeling good and looking great? They're all getting pedicures. Pedicure is the painless and easy way to care for your pet's nails. But unfortunately, the nail clipper has injured a countless number of pets. Inside the nail, there is sensitive blood-filled tissue called the quick. As many of us have experienced, cuts are blind and inaccurate, causing injury. Even when the quick is not cut, the pressure from the blades pinch down on the sensitive nerves, causing sharp pain. Clippers split and crush the nail, leaving it jagged and rough. Filing is the natural and correct way to trim an animal's nails. Gentle filing is totally painless and removes enamel in paper-thin increments. Removal in thin layers is the key to what makes giving a pedicure so controllable and safe. Pedicure shapes the nail to a smooth and rounded finish, and you get the nails much shorter. Sharp overgrowth develops quickly, but in just seconds, those sharp edges are gone. That's why pet parents are feeling just as good as their pets. No more painful scratches, and the hardwood floors and furniture stay looking new. The specially designed rotary tool and the innovative pedicure guard make it so easy, safe, and mess-free. Giving pedicures is fun and gives you confidence. Because when you're confident, your pet is calm.
And that's what we're all about in veterinary medicine, is alleviating pain and making the life of the pet better. We think this will be a great addition to our practice.
I would recommend pedicure to anyone that's going to do nails, not only the professionals that we work with, but non-professionals. Anybody that wants to trim their pet's nails, don't use anything except this, because this will guarantee that you're not going to hurt your pet, and that's what it's all about.
Treat your pet to the ultimate grooming experience.
Completely eliminate the fear of hurting your pet while providing your pet the secret that the groomers are raving about. Not available in stores? Call 1-800-535-8152. That's 1-800-535-8152.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extends has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extends has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick. It's real science. Now, with over 100 million Extends capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extends was designed to do only one thing: make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extends will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extends for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extends didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extends. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
Two big Democratic races tonight in North Carolina. Fox News called the race right as the polls closed. Barack Obama receives very strong support from African-American voters and takes the Tar Heel state. In Indiana, just a short time ago, about 11 minutes ago, we're finally able to call the race for Hillary Clinton by a very narrow margin. Joining us now, Republican strategist Pete Snyder and Fox News political analyst Kirsten Powers. Squeaker, she would have lost. Even though it's a win, it would have been very bad news for her. But she's sending signals. The nuclear option is in play. She's sending signals, potential scorched earth. Terry McAuliffe claiming we own the popular vote because we're including Michigan and we're including Florida. So clearly the Clintons are not indicating any thoughts process at all about getting out here.
Well, look, I think tonight was a surprise for them. I don't think they expected it to be so close in Indiana. This was a big loss for her tonight. Mm-hmm. And I think people are a little rattled that support her because she's canceled all her morning show appearances tomorrow, and that sends us a message. And allegedly they're getting together to sort of look at the state of the campaign. Right. I don't think she's going to drop out, but at the same time, I think they have to reassess things.
But hasn't real fear emerged? And we've discussed all the issues Reverend Wright and Bill Ayers and Barack Obama's, bitter people clinging to guns and religion, and this is having an impact on this race, and it certainly will have an impact on a state like Kentucky and West Virginia. I think similar demographics, if we're going to look at it, to Pennsylvania and elsewhere.
Well, I don't know.
A new narrative has emerged on Barack Obama, and Hillary's campaign is clearly trying to create doubt in the minds of people about his electability in November. Not in the primary, but in the general election.
Yeah, that's exactly what they've been doing, and they'll probably continue to do. The problem is they need to demonstrate that somehow it's hurting him with actual voters. And I know primary voters aren't a good gauge for what's going to happen in the general election. But look, Indiana was a perfect testing ground for her to show that it was hurting him.
I would agree. I thought it was going to be a little bit different. But Pete, I just can't believe when we get to October, and those ads come out about Reverend Wright, and when those ads about Bill Ayers come out, and when those comments, in San Francisco are replayed, and whatever other mistakes he makes between now and then, and on top of that, one of the thinnest resumes of anybody to ever run for president. I think if I'm Senator McCain, I'm thinking in a year that ought to be bad for Republicans, this is a pretty good year.
Hey, Sean, look, I'm canceling my morning shows tomorrow, and so is Hillary. But
yeah, I'm
I don't think
mine too. I'm going to sleep.
I'm glad to hear all these Republicans become Hillary supporters all of a sudden. This is fantastic. All
She's
of a sudden,
not going
you guys
anywhere,
are on the
Alan.
Hillary Clinton bandwagon.
She is not going anywhere.
Well,
this nomination was supposed to be hers.
Go anywhere? You've got a number
She almost
of states.
had it in her grasp.
Yeah.
She almost ran the straight flush here, and it was a major setback.
I'm hearing you guys talk.
Major setback.
I'm hearing you and Sean talk.
You guys.
You guys. You're not guys?
Oh, you go.
You're not you? Second
You Republicans,
You people.
So dismissive.
He's elitist. He's very bitter.
He's clinging, and I'm clinging to my
matter most
guns
to us.
and the religion. But look, let me ask you about, wouldn't anybody in this situation be trying to invoke Michigan, invoke Florida? There are people in those states, by the way, who would like their votes to count and be a part of it.
Define anyone who's trying to steal the election or trying to, move the goalposts every single time. Of course, they're going to bring out
What candidate would not
Michigan
do that
and
in
Florida.
Hillary Clinton's position?
Well, someone who's dying to win and will win at any cost. Of course, she's going to do that.
You say any cost. Kirsten, why do you weigh here on this?
We used to face this all the time.
Hold on, Pete. Don't look for aid and comfort over there. Let Kirsten respond. Go ahead. Hold on.
God bless him.
Barack Obama would be doing the exact same thing.
Right. And so would any Republican candidate, by the way.
Anyone in this position.
Hold on, Pete. Let Kirsten speak.
Anyone in this position would be doing the exact same thing. There are arguments. I've come out and said what I thought about this a long time ago. I actually don't support Hillary's position, but there are people who I know and respect who actually think that it's very important that we count those votes.
They can sit and act like they're above the fray. We never act like this.
It's going to come back to bite us in the general election, that we're disenfranchising people. There are all sorts of good arguments to make it, and I don't have any doubt that if the roles were reversed, the Obama campaign wouldn't be doing the exact same thing.
Let me just clarify.
And so would any Republican candidate, by the way. We got 10 seconds there, Pete. Go ahead.
I think both Sean and I probably want this to go along. I mean, I want Hillary to count Florida and Michigan. I think it's a great idea.
Well,
so
we're glad you're so
believe
concerned
in counting
about,
every
We're
vote.
so glad, just like we did in 2000. Great. Okay, coming up, did voters go to the polls today with Reverend Wright on their mind? Well, Scott Rasmussen will answer that and much more coming up on this special election night edition of Hannity and Combs.
Health on the inside, radiance on the outside. Now get both with the new Crest Healthy Radiance System. The daily fluoride toothpaste penetrates to help strengthen and rebuild enamel below the surface, while the weekly intensive strip deep cleans to whiten. Build healthy teeth within and whiten for teeth with healthy radiance with the only system from Crest, new Crest Healthy Radiance.
Success stories from real Synergen users.
After taking Synergen, my blood sugar level has dropped approximately 70 points.
After taking the Synergen for 4 days, my blood sugar came down about 60 points, and I feel great.
With Synergen, I noticed I wasn't getting the peaks and valleys, so that my day runs smoothly from beginning to end. With Synergen, I feel the difference.
Synergen, proven to reduce blood sugar levels in as little as 7 days. In stores now. Is your pet having difficulty getting into your car, climbing onto a chair, running up the stairs, or simply getting up? You finally have a safe, natural, and easy way to stop your pet's pain. Dr. Frank's homeopathic joint pain relief for dogs and cats.
He was in really bad shape. His hips were broken and were never treated properly. He couldn't run around and do the things that normal dogs could do. He was in so much pain that in order to take him for walks, I'd have to put him in a stroller. I started using Dr. Frank's spray, and just 6 sprays, pretty easy. There's nothing to it. And now, you wouldn't believe it's the same dog.
Dr. Frank's is all natural. You spray, your pet drinks, and the pain stops everywhere. It's that simple. Never before have these 9 homeopathic ingredients been combined to stop inflammation, pain, and stiffness. Our pets can suffer from many of the same aches and pains we do. Now, with Dr. Frank's spray, you can stop their suffering.
It's heartbreaking. We all love our dogs. It hurts because you know they're hurting.
Now your pet doesn't have to hurt. I'm Dr. Ken Frank, and I guarantee that if you spray this natural and safe formula in your pet's water bowl daily, it will stop the pain.
You spray, your pet drinks, and they live pain-free. Try safe, effective Dr. Frank's risk-free. Call now and get a 200 spray trial bottle for only $19.95.
Little girl is very old. I started using Dr. Frank's spray. It was like night and day. It was amazing. She went out and played. She loved everything, and now she's the love of my life. And I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Call now and spray away your pet's pain in days. Call now for your risk-free 200 spray trial bottle of Dr. Frank's joint pain relief for dogs and cats for only $19.95. Ask how to double the supply for free. Get twice as much for the same low price of $19.95. Call now. Put an end to your pet's pain.
1-800-393-9188. That's 1-800-393-9188.
How could you not love a face like this?
I want to commend Senator Obama and his supporters on their win in North Carolina. You know, we are, in many ways, on the same journey. It's a journey begun long before we were born. It is a journey by men and women who have been on a mission to perfect our union, who marched and protested, who risked everything they had to build an America that embraces us all.
That was Hillary Clinton just a bit ago before Indiana was called for her. Our coverage now continues with the president of Rasmussen Report, Scott Rasmussen, and Republican strategist Barbara Comstock, also Democratic pollster Doug Schoen. Doug, does anything change tonight as a result of what we've seen?
Well, barring Hillary making a surprise announcement tomorrow, given that she canceled her public appearances, I think the simple answer is no. She won a victory, albeit a narrow victory. She's got a couple of states coming up in Kentucky and West Virginia where Scott's poll shows that she's well ahead. And I think she's pretty close, as Sean was saying, in the popular vote, if not ahead, and certainly is very competitive.
And why does a person in her position cancel her morning show appearances based on what happened? What does that mean? What do you read
One
into
of
that?
two things. Either she's going to make a dramatic announcement, which I don't believe, or alternatively, she's recasting her strategy, wants to spend some time with her staff and her husband, coming up with a revised message.
All right, Barbara Comstock, do you see anything changing as a result of what happened tonight?
Oh, sure. You know, I think the Democrats, you know, because this is an elite party, this is where they are really, they're left of center right now. They said to the party, we want to have the elite guy. I mean, Hillary Clinton weeks now has had some great weeks, and Barack Obama has had some really bad ones with a lot of his elite comments. Hillary Clinton has been highlighting those things, and the party tonight said, hey, you know what? We want the elite guy.
The elite guy? So I'm not a rich oil man. Come on. What are you talking about?
No, and listen, so, I mean, she's laid out the, you know, she's identified for John McCain, essentially, a lot of the voters, a lot of the working class voters, and the non-elites who are not happy with Obama. So this is going to be a turning point in the election.
So we're going to hear the word elite for the next 6 months. Scott, do you buy that elite, non-elite division between Democrats and Republicans, or the two Democratic candidates?
Well, I was going to say, there is a divide between the Democrats, and we've talked about the demographics all the way through this. You know, it is true that upper-income white voters tend to prefer Barack Obama. Lower-income white voters go for Hillary Clinton. African Americans go for Barack Obama. But these demographic divides have not changed. They didn't change tonight. They haven't changed for a while. 2 weeks ago, I said that Hillary Clinton's path to the nomination was just one, to stay close and hope that Barack Obama makes a mistake.
But doesn't the closeness of these numbers and the fact that North Carolina was a wide margin between the two candidates with Barack winning make a difference in terms of what arguments Clinton can make to the superdelegates, for example?
Well, but her, yes, it makes a little bit of a difference. It would have been better for her to win Indiana big and to be closer in North Carolina. But in the end, what she's going to have to rely on is one of the arguments that Sean would like to make about popular vote totals. She needs to fight about Michigan or Florida. Right. But ultimately, she needs Barack Obama to make a mistake, or else there's no way the superdelegates.
And Doug, wouldn't any candidate fight for Michigan and Florida in Hillary Clinton's position?
Of course.
Republican or Democratic, regardless of
the nominating process hasn't played itself out. It's supposed to go through June 3rd for a reason, so every vote can be heard. And Hillary Clinton has practical reasons, like fundraising, to stay in the race.
Wait, Scott, can I ask you, how many? You said he has to make a mistake. How many more mistakes do we have to see? I mean, how many more controversies do we need for? Well, I think Barack Obama this week, the fact that there was nothing that Jeremiah Wright said on Monday that contradicted all the things that we'd been playing. But now he's not the same man I knew for 20 years.
Right,
now, he got away with that, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, but not in the general election.
That's right. It's not. That's a general election problem. What we're seeing in the Democratic primary is two distinct constituencies. They're not changing their votes because of Jeremiah Wright or other things that have happened so far. What we are seeing, though, is Hillary Clinton supporters now are much more confident that their candidate is more electable. They are going to be fighting much more for her to stay in the race, and it's because of these mistakes.
Well, but isn't that the case that's being made behind the scenes, Doug, to the superdelegates? And apparently they're going to make a major push to the superdelegates tomorrow, that they're going to say, look, we've only begun the vetting process. This guy Hannity's only begun his job here.
Exactly.
But that we better be careful.
Sean,
because
if I can...
Go ahead, Doug first.
Barbara, here's the basic point. The polls, as Scott suggests, are showing that as a general election candidate, she is stronger generally, and in states like Ohio and Pennsylvania. Right.
And
the other point that they make is your point, which is, look, Barack's had a rough couple of weeks. It's a general election problem he faces. His speech tonight, very lofty, hit the right themes, but didn't hit the right themes for swing voters in the general election.
Yeah,
huge problem.
I agree with you. I think I've always thought all along that I thought Barack Obama was a stronger candidate. Now that there's been some scrutiny, Barbara, I don't believe that's the case. What do you think?
Oh, I agree, but I think the party now is going with its heart, not its head. I mean, this is the party that really wanted to go with Howard Dean in 2004 and didn't. So they're saying, sorry, Hillary, we don't like you for starters, and you're not the most liberal person this time. And I do one thing that Obama said tonight that I think is important to highlight. He's already trying to pin sort of the Reverend Wright things on Republicans. Now, I know, Sean, you were out there early highlighting, which I think are legitimate things about Reverend Wright. I think a big untold story so far in this, in this whole process, in the primary process, in the kitchen sink, is that I would not be surprised at all, and maybe the press knows this better than I, but the Team Clinton was behind going through hundreds of those Reverend Wright tapes and getting them out and highlighting them to the press.
You think, and maybe feeding
I think
it
they were very much involved, and they were pushing it. And this is just like when Al Gore pushed Willie Horton, and then they tried to blame Republicans for it. It's a legitimate issue that was raised by the Democrats and that has been pushed very strongly by the Clintons for months now.
Well, it's funny. All these crazy left-wing blogs actually think that Hannity and Clinton have formed an alliance. It's actually
maybe they're right.
The way you're talking about it tonight, I think maybe ahead.
What did she say? She said Rush Limbaugh's always had a crush on me.
Exactly.
All right, we're there to take a break. We'll come back, and Indiana, North Carolina are in the books tonight. But are we any closer to naming that Democratic nominee? We'll tackle that question when we come back, and much more straight ahead on the Fox News Channel.
We can't afford to give John McCain the chance to serve out George Bush's third term. We need change in America, and that's why we will be united in November.
Introducing Activon Maximum Strength Anti-Itch. Maximum Strength Itch medication in a convenient applicator. No messy creams, no itching, no scratching. Powerful itch relief without a prescription. Itchy skin, no more. Remember, Activon Maximum Strength Anti-Itch.
Remember when you knew Mom would love anything you gave her? When your gift was sure to please?
You can still guarantee a perfect gift for Mom this Mother's Day by sending Pro Flowers. Pro Flowers offers flowers fresh from the field, cut, packed, and delivered right to Mom's front door, and guaranteed to stay fresh for a full 7 days. Take advantage of this exclusive TV offer. Go to proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the upper right corner, enter Fox in the box, and you're ready to send roses to Mom for Mother's Day.
I think that Pro Flowers value is incredible.
What you see is what you get.
The flowers always get there on time.
Flowers usually last at least a week and a half.
Log on, click. My work is done.
Send Mom a gift she's sure to love. Send her a dozen roses, fresh from the field right to her door for just $19.99. Or make Mom even happier. Send her 2 dozen roses plus this premium blue vase for just $10 more. That's a huge bouquet of beautiful roses shipped fresh to your mom for just $29.99. And we won't make substitutions. If you order roses, Mom gets roses. So go online or call now. This offer is $30 less than standard website pricing and is only available through this Mother's Day TV offer.
The flowers are second to none.
I can enjoy them probably for 10 days.
Their product is the best. They give the most amount of flowers.
They're beautiful. These flowers are beautiful.
Send Mom 1 dozen Mother's Day roses for just $19.99 plus shipping. Or send her 2 dozen roses plus this premium blue vase for just $10 more. That's a huge bouquet of 24 beautiful roses guaranteed to last 7 days, all for just $29.99. See why our roses were rated best value by the Wall Street Journal. This TV offer is $30 less than standard website pricing, but only if you go to proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the upper right corner, enter Fox in the box, or call toll-free 1-800-FRESHEST and mention TV. Remember when you always made Mom happy? You still can by sending Pro Flowers. Go online or call now.
Whoa. That's a 3-sheeter.
4-sheeter.
Nope. 1-sheeter.
Go ahead, try 1 sheet of our best Bounty ever. It has thick, thirsty quilts. It's our most absorbent Bounty yet. And it's so durable. 1 sheet keeps working till the job's done. Lab tests prove Bounty holds up while the other guy doesn't. So get Bounty, the 1 sheet quicker picker-upper.
Save up to 80% buying factory direct. Compare this well-known jeweler's 91-point platinum ring for $5,700 with the jewelry exchanges for $1,490. We make jewelry in every price range, guaranteed to appraise for double. Half-carat pendants, studs, and tennis bracelets are $199, 2 carats $499. 3-stone rings are $699, 2 carats $19.90, and 1-carat studs are still $399. Seen it elsewhere, we'll make it for less. Plus no interest for 6 months. Buy factory direct, the jewelry exchange nationwide and online.
May I walk you across the street?
Thanks.
Now the polls are closed and the races have finally been called. North Carolina, Barack Obama pulls out another big win. Things were much, much tighter in Indiana, with Hillary Clinton barely holding on to victory. We continue now with pollster Scott Rasmussen and Doug Schoen. Also joining us, political strategist, good friend Barbara Comstock is with us. All right, one thing that Barack Obama, assuming he gets the nomination, he's not showing any sign that he's pulling in any Reagan Democrats, you know, those bitter, angry people that cling to guns and God and religion with antipathy towards people that are not like them. And this is, I think, the appeal that Hillary's camp is going to make. Plus, I'm also hearing not only scorched earth on Michigan and Florida, but they are still holding out the possibility that there are smoking guns and there's uncharted territory into looking into Barack's background.
Well, let's take your first...
Have you heard that?
Your first point is that they're not giving up on Florida and Michigan. They're not giving up on the electability argument. That is clear.
Very clear tonight.
The other issue that they will say is that the public vetting of Barack Obama as a candidate has not yet been completed. He's a fresh face. He has not been thoroughly tested in the way that Karl Rove and the Republicans
Wait a minute,
will.
I want to take you a step further.
Sure.
I'm hearing they think that right is an issue, heirs is an issue, his wife Michelle is an issue, and that they have other issues in the hopper that they think are going to be relevant.
I think on the first 3 points, Sean, absolutely. They feel, as you do, those issues are not resolved.
New ones?
And I think their position is they're in a wait and see. And so when people say she should drop out, the answer is, why should she drop out?
And you were saying, Scott, that if there's one big shoe to drop, that this could literally...
Well, that's what Hillary Clinton is waiting for, is something, but it has to be a very high threshold.
Give me a threshold. If William Ayers, the unrepentant terrorist that he has speeches with...
If there's a picture of Barack Obama and Ayers jumping on a flag together...
What about a picture of Barack Obama and Louis Farrakhan?
Depending on if it's at a receiving line somewhere, it's not a big deal.
Well, not a receiving line? Yeah, what if it was private meeting? I'm just speculating. I don't know anything like that.
Here's what it has to be. The superdelegates, even if they were convinced that Hillary Clinton was more electable, and you know there can be a case you can make on that, even if they were convinced of that, they're not going to take the nomination away from Barack Obama because that would split the party and Hillary Clinton couldn't get elected. So it has to be something bigger than just the electability argument. That it has to be something that a large number of Barack Obama supporters would say, I understand.
Barbara, do you see a possibility? You know, there have been strange matchups in terms of president and vice president over the years. Clearly JFK, Lyndon Johnson. Some would even argue Reagan and George Herbert Walker Bush. If Barack Obama wins this thing, would he ever pick Hillary Clinton as his vice presidential running mate?
I think he'd need a food taster. I think it would be crazy for him to do that because it would be a threesome. It wouldn't be the two of them. He'd have to bring Bill Clinton, who was looking pretty unhappy and bitter today. So
yeah, he didn't look too happy behind there, did he?
Hey, Barbara, did I just hear you in the last segment, Barbara, blame the Clintons for Jeremiah Wright for the revelations about whatever's come up about Barack Obama? It's the Clintons are behind this. It's not like conservatives, or in particular Sean Hannity, who's been beating this drum for more than a year, and you're blaming the Clintons.
Listen, I acknowledge that Sean had rightfully raised this issue, but what I pointed out is I do think there was I'm saying if people looked into this, I think the hundreds of tapes of Reverend Wright servants, the people who went through those were probably a Team Clinton person. And the press knows that the Clinton team has been pushing
Who's been promoting the right story
for quite a few months.
Who's been promoting the right story?
I acknowledge that Sean has been talking about it.
But it's always nice to blame the Clintons if you're a Republican, right?
Jeremiah Wright's been pushing it.
Wright's pushing the right story.
But the Clintons have said this is a legitimate story, and they've been pushing this from the start, just like Al Gore said that Willie Horton was a legitimate story. But
Al Gore did not mention the name Willie Horton. He talked about the furlough release program. Go ahead.
Sean's question in reality as it exists. Yeah. Sean said, what could cause Barack problems? Reverend Wright made it clear that he thought Barack was just, quote, a politician playing politics. If Reverend Wright says, look, here are some of the things I've discussed with Barack Obama. He was in the pews. Let's get specific. Let's get serious. I'm not suggesting that in and of itself takes the nomination away from him, but it raises additional serious questions about
but this
Barack
is all out now. Scott, by the time November, if Barack is the nominee, by the time November comes, we've talked about Wright ad nauseum for how many months, Bill Ayers ad nauseum for how many months. The public may actually want to talk about issues that actually affect them in terms of what a candidate can do. Is this still going to be an issue in October among the electorate?
Well, yes. First of all, tell me
you threw your voice into Sean Hannity's
I threw my voice to I'm a great ventriloquist. But first of all, Jeremiah Wright will have something to do with that. What he is doing in October will impact the story.
In other words, he can get up and say something to totally hurt Obama.
And he signaled that he will do it.
That's right. Now, but beyond that, it's already having a lasting impact because people are forming their impressions of Barack Obama partly by including what they know about Jeremiah Wright. So that impact, the perception that Barack Obama is further to the left politically than we thought a month ago, will
People
last
can't see that they're two different people? People can't recognize?
They say they recognize they're two different people. They recognize that Barack Obama is not Jeremiah Wright, but they also say that there's a good chance he shares some of those views.
We're going to take a quick break. More with our guest. Obama won more delegates, but the door has not shut on Hillary Clinton. We're going to look ahead toward West Virginia as our special primary coverage continues on the special late election night version of Hannity and Combs.
Not too long ago, my opponent made a prediction. He said I would probably win Pennsylvania. He would win North Carolina. and Indiana would be the tiebreaker. Well, tonight, we've come from behind, we've broken the tie, and thanks to you, it's full speed onto the White House.
A Factor exclusive. First, there was Hillary. Now comes McCain. Everything's on the table. Two heavyweights, one unforgettable interview. O'Reilly tomorrow.
Retailers don't want you to see the information about to be disclosed.
Hi, I'm Tony Galata. This is my wife, Carrie Galata. This is our house, my wife's dream house. And we furnish most everything in this house with products from Direct Buy. We purchased the breakfast table and chairs. We looked at that table in some other places.
They ran around $3,500 and we picked it up for around $1,500.
If you're building, remodeling, or simply redecorating a room, there's now a way to buy virtually everything you need at prices you never imagined possible.
We've saved, I think, well over $20,000.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
Call the number on your screen now to receive your free insider's guide to buying direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Call right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Stop paying retail and become part of Direct Buy, the private members-only showroom and design center. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
Male enhancement. 5 years ago, few believed that this simple capsule could make a man larger. There was a lot of skepticism that a simple capsule could do such an amazing thing. A capsule that can make a man larger? But now, 5 years later, Extens has sold over 100 million capsules to men of all ages all over the world.
That's because the key ingredient in Extens has been scientifically proven to increase the size of that certain part of the male body. It's not a gimmick. It's real science. Now, with over 100 million Extens capsules taken by men, it's hard to be skeptical. Extens was designed to do only one thing: make you larger regardless of age.
We're so sure Extens will make you larger, we're going to give you a week's supply absolutely free. All you pay for is the postage stamp.
A week's supply of Extens for the cost of a postage stamp. If Extens didn't do something pretty amazing, could we afford to do this? Call now for your free week's supply of Extens. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain.
I need a vacation.
You deserve a break. We'll give you the tools to plan an all-girl getaway.
A fun new series from Fine Living Network, All Girl Getaways.
Give yourself permission to go.
And connect with fineliving.com/allgirlgetaways for ideas and share your own getaway vacation photos. Wednesday nights at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Want to save up to $360 a year on your Comcast services? Connect to Comcast digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital voice, and save up to $30 a month off regular rates. The more you have, the more you save. 3-product customers also enjoy free membership in Triple Play Rewards, where you'll find exclusive online offers and special discounts. Big monthly savings, Triple Play Rewards. Just 2 of the many ways Comcast adds up to the best value.
We now continue with Scott Rasmussen, Doug Schoen, and Barbara Comstock. What do you do, Doug, if you're Hillary Clinton? What do you say tomorrow?
I think what you say is you won Indiana, you lost North Carolina, you carry on to West Virginia, Oregon, and Kentucky, you fight on, and that the popular vote is effectively, even though you got a slight advantage, and this is still a race.
Barbara Comstock, I'm going to ask you to do something really bizarre. Put yourself in Hillary Clinton's shoes. What do you say if you're Hillary Clinton tomorrow?
Well, I think she is going to continue to fight because, as we've discussed here, she's going to, go as long as she can here because she ultimately does think that Obama is a weak candidate. I happen to agree with her on that. So, yes, I could advise her to just stay in there. She's been doing, from when she started doing the 3 a.m. ad, she's talking about how he's soft on foreign policy, and then with the gas tax, how he's tough on taxpayers and doesn't get how real people
Scott, you're
deal
smiling
with
for some reason.
She's going to continue that message, and God bless her.
Scott Rasmussen smiling.
Well, no, I mean, Hillary Clinton tomorrow says, you know, as a good Democrat, I believe every vote must count, and I'm going to continue until all the votes have been counted, including those in Michigan and Florida, and the winner of the popular vote should be our nominee, and she's going to try and drive that message in every way that she can.
Doug, you're a Democratic strategist. You advise the Clintons. Is there a divide in the Democratic Party, regardless of who wins this nomination?
See, there is a huge divide, Alan, and what I was saying before to Sean is I think the longer this goes, the more divisive the fight, the more likely there's got to be an Obama-Clinton or Clinton-Obama ticket to put the party together again. Barbara may groan, but you're the first rule of politics.
But she's not going to vote Democratic anyway.
No, she isn't. You've got to get your base together, and the Democrats need a united base, because then, and only then, will the issues you've been talking about, the economy, the war in Iraq, terror, come to the fore, and then the Democrats...
But you've been saying up until now that Obama, if he's a nominee, should pick Bloomberg. You've been a big advocate for that ticket.
I think Bloomberg will help him a great deal, but if he does not see the wisdom of my judgment and goes another direction, it's got to be Hillary.
Scott, go ahead.
Well, no, it's also not going to be. It's also not going to be his choice. If Hillary Clinton wants to be the vice president, she will have that position. There's absolutely no way that Barack Obama could deny her the number 2 slot.
She will be neutering him if they do that.
What, neutering him?
Look very weak.
What, do you agree with that, Scott, that she'd be neutering him?
Saying that.
Well, you know, I think
they've already been talking about that. Carville's been saying that. You know, they've been saying how, you know, he's not a man and she is.
Wait a minute. Why would Barack Obama have to pick her? Why?
Because
you've
got to put your base together so that we can get away from Reverend Wright and talk about the economy, the war,
and you know what I would do if I was
the issues that work for the Democrats.
I'd be taking every comment that she made about him, and I'd have the best looped ad that you've ever seen.
They're still going to do it, by the way. Whether or not she's the nominee, you got to get your base together.
Well, I could see her picking him. I can't see him picking her.
See, if she goes into the convention with 47% of the delegates or 48% of the delegates, and she makes it clear that she wants that job, there is absolutely no way that he can deny.
Well, I want to answer Alan's question, even though he didn't ask me, nor does he really care about my opinion.
I care very much, Sean.
You were asking earlier what Hillary should say. I tell you what Hillary's going to say tomorrow. She telegraphed it tonight, and Terry McAuliffe telegraphed it. We're ahead in the popular vote. There's 50 states, there's not 48 states, and that we're going to count every vote, and we're up in the popular vote, and he's got to catch us.
And where's she wrong?
And Harold Ickes is talking about
I'm
October
all in favor of this going on a lot longer. I think this crack up. Look, but I will tell you this: there's an opportunity here for Republicans that I think is being missed, Barbara, and that is that I would like to hear more from these guys on Capitol Hill. And joining with Senator McCain, a new contract with America, eliminate earmarks, win the war on terror, control the borders, not comprehensive reform, as Senator McCain said the other day, get the gas prices down, energy independence, which McCain doesn't support. I mean, I don't see an agenda by the Republicans that is inspiring enough.
Judge speech today.
What's that?
What? And judges. We had a good speech on judges today from Senator McCain. I think that's always he struck a really good dividing line, talking about a dramatic difference between himself and both of the candidates who opposed John Roberts.
Well, look, I like the idea on judges. Senator McCain's certainly infinitely better than Hillary or Barack Obama. But there are issues, Barbara, as you know, with the base. I mean, and these are not insignificant issues. Bringing up the Gang of 14, I don't think helped him yesterday. Talking about comprehensive immigration reform, I don't think helped him yesterday either.
Sean, he's got to get to the middle. And what his problem is not the base; it's the middle of the.
No,
he
really is.
He needs Joe Lieberman as a running mate, not a right wing.
No, Adolf,
no, I'm not out of my mind.
Well, kinda.
Not really.
It's not going to happen.
Not really.
But Joe Lieberman's not a right winger.
No, Lieberman's not going to do it.
No, but if Alan, if the Republicans ran a fusion ticket against the divided Democratic Party, then and only then do you have a compelling argument for the Republicans.
But you know what? It's obviously 2 o'clock in the morning. And that does it for this special late edition of Hannity and Combs. We'll be back tomorrow night, our regular time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have all the post-primary analysis that you can ever want. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for being with the Fox News Channel. Have a great night.
Introducing the HP Printing Mailbox and Presto service. Now you can use email and digital photos to stay in touch with friends and family who don't use a computer.
Imagine a printer sitting in your mother's room, connected to the telephone, that spits out emails and photos as you send them and your family send them.
With the HP printing mailbox and Presto service, your friends and family members can receive messages and photos from you without the hassle or expense of owning a computer or using the internet.
I thought this would be a great thing for my grandmother who doesn't know or use computers at all.
Here's how it works. Using your own computer, you set up the Presto account for your loved one online in less than 5 minutes. When your loved one receives the HP printing mailbox, they just plug it into a power outlet and existing phone line, then put in the ink cartridge and paper. It's that simple. Now you and the entire family can send email and digital photos from your regular email account to their HP printing mailbox, which automatically formats and prints the message in a colorful Presto style of your choice.
Every morning when I get up, I walk down my hallway, look in at the machine, and sure enough, there's a letter, and many, many times there are pictures in here.
Visit trypresto.com or call 1-800-597-8183 for more information about the HP printing mailbox and Presto service.
And with Presto, you control who can send email, so there's no spam or junk mail. Just high-quality pictures and messages you send to loved ones anytime.
It's had unanticipated benefits, and it's worth every penny.
We're back in each other's lives really close again, and that's the best thing about it all.
Presto makes a great gift for Mother's Day and Father's Day.
I sure love it now. Never get rid of it.
Visit trypresto.com or call 1-800-597-8183. That's 1-800-597-8183 for more information.
I'm Roger Teeter, and I want to tell you about something that's literally changed my life. By my early 40s, I'd wrecked my back. On worst days, I couldn't get out of bed. I tried everything to find relief. Nothing really worked. And then I found inversion. While inverted, your body weight creates traction that lengthens the spine, decompresses the discs, and provides natural realignment.
Call now to take advantage of our 30-day risk-free trial for just $14.95.
Through a regular program of inversion, I've found relief for my back pain. I've been able to maintain youthful flexibility in my joints, and I've experienced additional benefits: relief of stress, better circulation, and improved posture.
No lower backache, no pain. For 5 minutes, you feel great.
For a limited time, try Teeter Hang-Ups risk-free 30 days for just $14.95. Call now to order, and you'll receive a free gift that's yours to keep.
Discover why over 1 million people worldwide have put their trust in Teeter Hang-Ups.
And welcome to a special election night edition of Hannity and Combs and our continued coverage of the Indiana and North Carolina primaries. Here is where things stand in North Carolina. Fox News called the race right as the polls closed. Senator Barack Obama is the big winner after getting strong support from African-American voters. And in the state of Indiana, the race at this hour remains again too close to be called. And we are monitoring the results from Lake County in northwest Indiana. We're going to bring you the latest developments as we have them tonight. But joining us first, our own Chris Wallace, the host of Fox News Sunday, and the architect, Carl Rove. They're in the strategy room tonight. Guys, take it away.
And thanks so much.